The common advice for fixing high bounce rates is usually to make your site faster, use better images, and so on. While these tactics can work, they won't fix the root cause of the bounce, which is the relevance gap. Hi, I'm Harish from Intempt, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to reduce e-commerce bounce rates using a simple 4-step personalization workflow that will help you fulfill visitors' intent and increase revenue per visitor. Let's get started. Before we jump into the steps, here's a quick overview of how this will work. First, we'll connect our store to Intempt to unify our customer data from ads, email, and on-site behavior into a single profile. Then, we'll create real-time segments to identify the visitor's intent. For example, we can segment visitors based on which search keyword led them to that exact landing page. Then we'll create product recommendation feeds to match the visitor's intent and help them purchase the right products. Finally, we'll use a no-code visual editor to create a personalization that will show different variants of the same landing page with different headlines, hyper-relevant products, and CTAs, all to fulfill the relevance gap. Now, let's move on to the steps. First, search for Intempt in the Shopify App Store or use the API integration if your store is on any other e-commerce platform. The key here is the JavaScript snippet. Make sure it's in the head section of your store. This will allow Intempt to track real-time events such as UTM parameters from your ads or how many categories a visitor has viewed in a single session. Once your store is connected, head over to users and create unique segments. For example, if you're facing high bounce rate on an ad traffic, you could create a segment called visitors from the ad campaign and add the condition UTM keyword contains the ad keywords. Now, when someone clicks on the search ad through keywords related to these keywords, they'll come into this unique segment that we just created. You could also use the free lifecycle assistant to create an RFM segment that will categorize the visitors as new, regulars, champions, etc. and measure who your most valuable customers are within Intempt. Now, let's create a high relevance feed. Head over to recommendations, then feeds. For paid traffic, you might want a feed that specifically pulls products from that category. For returning customers, you can select recommended for you algorithm. This will use historical purchase and browse context rather than just showing generic bestsellers. This is how you make your brand feel personal and make the shopping experience one-on-one. Now, let's build the personalization to stop these bounces. Head over to experiences and create a new one. Enter the URL of the product description page or the category page and set the toggle to personalization. We are going to create a variant for a specific segment. For example, let's say the ad is called Women's Running Shoes Campaign. Next, open the visual editor. With Intempt, you don't have to write any code or build hundreds of new landing pages. You can simply double-click on the text elements to edit them or drag and drop content and layout blocks to add product recommendations, images, etc. Now, select your hero headline and change it to match the ad's promise. Then click Insert and add carousel block and link it to the specific product feed we just created in step 2. And make sure to personalize the entire landing page to target the search keywords that we used to create the segment. For the final touch, select Configure on the variant and choose the segment of the visitors who should see this variant. In this example, it will be the paid campaign visitors who came to this landing page searching for specific keywords. Then click Save and start the experience. Now, instead of showing a generic landing page, the paid campaign visitors will now see exactly what they were looking for at that moment. Likewise, you can create multiple variants and configure them to show to specific segments of users such as regular users, browse abandoners, cart abandoners, etc. You can take this further by creating personalized product recommendations on the homepage and in email, such as browse abandonment flows. Once your personalization is running and has collected enough data, you can measure its success in the analytics tab. And that's it. Within 5 minutes, we've created a hyper-personalized landing page targeting keywords which will show products that are highly relevant to the search term the visitor used to land on this page. This can drastically reduce the bounce rate because it matches their exact intent at the moment. We don't have to create new landing pages or run multiple ad campaigns for each product category. We can do all of that using one category ad page, but personalize it for each visitor in real time. So that's it for this short tutorial. I hope you found this to be valuable. If you want to try this out yourself, make sure to check out Intempt. It's free. As always, I will see you in the next one.